Time for the Fan Connection presented by AT&T. Every week we invite you, the listener, to connect with us by submitting your questions. At AT&T, connecting changes everything. And on USLNT, our connections with you will help grow the game. Time now for the AT&T Fan Connection. LD, we love this time of the show because we get to hang out with Jordan and give her loads of stick. Jordan, welcome in.
JR. Hello. What's going on?
What's happening? Is that a St. Pauli
Congrats
jersey?
to your baddies.
Oh, thank you.
Go Gotham.
It's District versus Empire. I'm very excited to see.
I feel like you have a lot of teams. I'm just going to throw that out there.
They're not. But they're not my teams. Like I don't know. Liverpool's my team. St. Pauli's my team. But
Liverpool's your team. Oh, and Gotham's your team, and they're in the final. Oh,
no.
Are you a Chiefs fan? Yeah,
Chiefs and Eagles.
Yeah,
Chiefs and Eagles.
Okay, are you an Oklahoma City Thunder fan? That's interesting.
I don't know. Because making things up. Wait, can we talk about the jersey that I'm wearing right now? Because I got it this weekend at Classic Football Shirts on Canal Street in New York.
Yeah, represent.
It is, in fact, the 22-23 third shirt for FC St. Pauli. I Googled it afterwards because it's inspired by a graffiti artist from Germany called Oz.
They have a store dedicated to old soccer shirts.
Yeah. Shout out to them.
That's
really cool.
They did not have any.
They got any
Donovans
in there
or Tim Howard shirts because apparently they sell out.
What?
Ooh, let's go.
Those are my guys though. I walk past the shop every now and again.
They only bought one, but they sold it out, baby. All right.
Very cool.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes,
I would like to ask you a question. My question for the two of you is, there have been a lot of talk on the internet about something that happened last week in Major League Soccer, which is that there was an announcement that they are moving to the same calendar as basically most other leagues in the world, starting in 2027, like late summer 2027. What are your thoughts about this change in terms of like, is it good? Is it bad? Is it whatever? And also, what do you think this is going to mean for the league as a whole?
Go ahead, Tim.
No, you go.
All right, I'll go. As a general overall high level 30,000 foot view, I love it. I think it's great for the league. I understand the challenges with weather. I do, just so people understand, there will be a break in the winter. I think it's mid-December through February-ish. So the harshest months will be off. There'll be a break in July-ish. The playoffs will take place in May. Most importantly, I think for the league, it aligns them with the international transfer window, which is crucial because it's really hard for MLS to bring in and buy players in November, December, because they're halfway through their season. So a lot of times, this happened with Thomas Muller. You have to wait till the summer to get that player in. Imagine if Muller was in Vancouver all year or Sonny was in LA all year. Just forget about on the field. Think about off the field, the impact and the revenue and everything that comes with that. So that is crucial. My only pushback is I wish they would have had this ready to go right after the World Cup because there's going to be so much momentum. And MLS will still be going on after the World Cup. It's great, but like, people would be excited about the start of a new season and you roll into it. So I know there's nuance. I know there's reasons why, but that would have been, I think, ideal.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like it. I really like it. I think it's what MLS needs to do just to kind of get on a level playing field with the rest of the world. I think the transfer piece is really interesting because we see this in Houston. You're there as an ownership group and a staff, and you're trying to like create this. You're trying to create a winning team, right? And most of the conversation, and every MLS team is having this. I just happen to be having it in Houston. It's like, let's see if we get off to a good start. And if we're really good in the summer months, then we bring in a blockbuster. And if we don't, then what do we do? Or if we're crap, we bring in someone to kind of kickstart it. It puts you behind. It puts every MLS team behind in terms of like trying to get their transfer in and up and running. And by the way, they come in oftentimes, as you've mentioned, off the back of a full season, right? So you're getting a player off the back of a full season. He maybe goes on vacation for a couple of weeks. Then he comes into training and it's hit or miss on whether he's ready to go after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And it causes its own problems. not being aligned with the FIFA window. I like the fact that MLS postseason won't be competing with NFL or college football. I think that's a big thing. Um, the two things that I'm really interested about short term is the shoulder season, right? So when we switch, and Jordan, you can explain this, when we end the old format and begin the new format, there's going to be a point in time where there's a abbreviated season. I guess it's going to be in the spring, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct? And then
27, yeah, it'll be like January to or February to May, and
they're
there'll
going to play
just be
14
I
games.
think,
It's going to be like a race.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. And then
Which
the
I
other,
actually, oh, go ahead.
you
Go
no,
ahead.
you love. Go ahead. You love.
Oh, I love it, dude. The best baseball season in history ever, never ever can tell me otherwise, was the COVID shortened one. It was like, I think it was 58 games or something. Every game basically counted for 3. And so every game was like it was like such a battle. That's why the
Playoffs.
NFL is king, right?
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
game means so much. And so you're going to have this 14-game season. You lose one, I mean, you're in big trouble. You win 3
Bro,
in a row, you're in the playoffs.
We're gonna have
Right? It's going to be great.
we're gonna have this shoulder season, and people are gonna go, wait, let's go to this format every year.
Right.
But no,
It's
I
exciting.
do think, and I do think the last part for me, Jordan, is the weather. It's gonna. I mean, it's what everyone's talking about. You got a bunch of owners who are obviously not thrilled about that, particularly the ones up north. And I think it's going to be, an interesting sort of issue.
I think it makes it fun.
I do
Like
too.
some snow games, some
Sure,
rain
sure,
games,
sure. I do
cold games.
too.
I think it's fun.
Yeah, it's
It's
cool.
better than all due respect, going to Houston in August,
And fair.
which you may still do, but like
Fair.
it's better for me.
Yeah.
One of the things I thought was interesting when I was watching the press conference with Don Garber and Nelson Rodriguez, who's been kind of like leading this movement to make this change, somebody, and I can understand why this person asked this question, but somebody asked them to speak about what it's going to be like in terms of player contracts, because a lot of player contracts go through December. So how are they going to kind of figure out how to navigate that? And of course, Don Garber was like, I'm not answering questions that we haven't answered with the Players Association yet, which
Yeah.
makes sense completely. But I feel like that is definitely a complicated part of this that I'm glad nobody's asked me to solve.
But one
particular
that they haven't
problem.
not thought about, right? Like
Sure.
that would
Right.
have been one of the top 3 things on the agenda. So yeah.
The agents are going to have fun here. All right.
Let's get to, speaking of MLS, another actual fan question. This one is from Ramon via email. I did actually ask him how to pronounce his name so
Nice
that I said it
accent there,
correctly. Thank
Jordan.
you.
Mhm.
He said, I have an MLS question for Landon and Tim. The fact is that I'd love to watch more MLS soccer games, but I get frustrated trying to figure out which platform I need to stream them on, which games that I can watch for free, etc.
Yeah.
I know the reason there is limited access is because of money, but MLS is missing a huge opportunity to grow the league by not showing more free games on multiple platforms, especially when Messi is in the league. If you look at teams like the Cubs and Braves, who broadcast all their games on WGN or TNT, their fan bases are huge and across the entire country. Do you agree?
I do. I understand the reasons why the league went with Apple and put it behind a paywall or an additional paywall and tried to make money in that way. You know, someone's got to pay for the Messi deal, the Messi contract. But I think you're losing an opportunity to just to just keep growing the game. The reality is even the NBA, the NFL, Major League Baseball, they have significantly more fans than Major League Soccer at this point. We're still very young in our history. And they still broadcast games free over linear TV, right? Because they're still always trying to build the fan base. And I think it was a missed opportunity with Messi over the last couple of years. Now, part of that announcement was that Apple TV will no longer be behind the paywall. So as long as you have Apple TV, you can watch. So I think that's a big plus for the league. They realized that they needed to do that. But I do think so. I think having it on Fox or CBS or TNT or NBC, I think would be huge for the league. I do.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, obviously linear TV, every now and again you get that pop, you get that big game pop of like there's a certain window where you can see the biggest teams, and but I don't disagree. They had to, I think traditionally, and you talked about the league being, sort of younger than a lot of the other leagues, but ultimately we're 30 years into this thing, right? And we haven't had, now people will argue with this, but we haven't had any real significant television deal, right? And so it had to start somewhere. And with the Apple deal, that was the most significant television deal we've ever had in MLS. So are there going to be complaints? Sure. Can you work some of the kinks out? Sure. But ultimately, it's the biggest and best deal we've ever had.
Mm-hmm. And also, if you think about, Tim, the other leagues, NBA, MLB, NFL, they are starting now to go to streaming services for their game, Apple TV or Peacock or whatever. But they're so much more established than
Of course.
MLS.
Of
Like
course.
MLS, you should see it every weekend across multiple channels. So you're still building the game,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I think there's a lot of leagues out there that are finding a way to bring those two things together. I mean,
Yeah.
we in our group chat have lots of conversations about which soccer game is available where over the weekend. And so it can be that some of your games are available for free and then some of your games are still behind a paywall, just to kind of, because once you give people a taste, right, that's how you kind
that's how
of
you
hook
hook 'em.
them.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, that's it for this week. Just a reminder, if people would like, oh, by the way, I just want to say,
Tell
I
us.
got so many emails from people that started with please in all caps, which I really appreciate. So if you would like to have your question answered
Our
on the
listeners are
podcast,
smart.
That's
yeah,
nicely.
they
Very
do
smart.
listen. I appreciate that. Just email me at feedback@unfilteredsoccer.com. That's it.
Thanks,
Thanks,
JR.
guys.
Thanks. Thanks, Jared.